the Destination North Coast Business Events channel, where we aim to help you take your business to the next level. Let's keep the North Coast of New South Wales at the top of the list for business events clients here in Australia, but also from all around the world. Taking a brief is one of the most important steps that you can make in the sales process. It may actually be the first opportunity or interaction that you have with the client, an opportunity for you to develop and build a rapport with your client. It also gives you an opportunity to get a really good understanding about what your client is trying to achieve with their business event. Whilst the focus at this stage is all about your client, you can certainly be thinking in the back of your mind about your products and services that will provide the best fit for the brief. So let's get down to business. Topic 2, taking a brief. Before you start, make sure you're in an environment where you can hear your client clearly. We don't want any distractions, and it's always important to be able to focus and dedicate some time and full attention to your client. Ensure that you are well resourced with a checklist to use as a reference or an inquiry sheet that can guide you through a set of questions and through the process of taking a brief. It doesn't matter how long or short these inquiry sheets are. What is important is that you realise that we're going to need to extract information as we run down that particular information sheet. It is important to be able to capture the detail from the client. Even if you've had some initial information whilst you were talking to them on the phone or before you organised your site inspection, it's important to capture that detail on this inquiry sheet, because that's what we're going to use to accurately provide a competitive proposal. And also recognise that if you have spoken or if the client has actually asked you something before you started speaking to them in the taking a brief call, that you need to acknowledge that you've already listened to them. For example, if they have dates that they've asked you about, it's best to check to see that those dates are available and communicate that back to them. They'll be expecting you to be able to answer that question straight away. When forming a relationship with your client or with new people, it's really important to develop their trust first. Before you even meet the client, before you speak to them on your call, it's best to conduct some research, not only on the person, but also on the company. In this day and age, LinkedIn or client and conference websites are a really good place to start to do your research. When you first meet your client over the phone or face-to-face, it's really important to thank them for the opportunity to work with them. After all, they're taking time away from their busy schedules, as are you, so treat their inquiry as a gift. Also, as you can imagine, some inquiries do turn into significant pieces of business worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. So it's important that you provide due respect and relevance and reverence around the opportunity, both for yourself and also for your business. Within your dialogue, it's really important to ask lots of open-ended questions. We want the client to talk. We need to listen and we want them to talk. I'm actually reminded of my mother's good old-fashioned advice: you have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so you should actually be listening twice as hard. It does take a certain skill, but if you can be seen to be engaged in the conversation whilst also taking down copious amounts of notes, accurate copious amounts of notes, that is a really important start in the taking a brief section of the sales process. We acknowledge that some people are really good at multitasking. They can do both, hold a conversation and also write down the notes. But if you're not one of these people, don't stress and don't hesitate in asking the client for a moment while you just jot down those important points. This will really show that you're very professional and that you're keen to get the details right. And also your client will thank you because they won't need to repeat themselves when you send through the accurate proposal. Some of the broader subjects to cover with open-ended questions might be, tell me about what a great business event looks like for you, or, you've run several of these events. What does success look like in the previous years? Can you share with me about the best event you've ever had, the venues, the destinations, whether you're planning on using a PCO or an agent, because that will help set commission expectations. Is it a reward trip? Are we launching a new product? What is that intent around the business event? Also around dates and their flexibility of dates. conference setups and audio-visual requirements and expectations, remembering that they may change every single day. And also the activities, whether they be for the delegation, the main delegation, or also for the partner program as well. Goes without saying, food and beverage, we need to eat. Noting any special dietary requirements, any gala dinners and expectations around that. Transport and transfer options are another good one. And last but not least, certainly the budget. Some people do get a bit nervous about asking about the budget, but it's a really, really important factor, and it sets that expectation about what the client requires. The next step in the process is actually to provide a proposal to them. So finish your interaction with your client by thanking them, and then let them know when you're specifically going to get back to them and in which method you're going to get back to them. For example, thank you, Helen, for visiting today. I've really appreciated your spending time with you. I've now got a really good understanding, and I will put together a proposal that I will send to your business email address by close of business on Tuesday the 4th of September, as an example. It's really important both of you understand what the expectation is. So remembering the takeaways from this session, this is the first interaction you have to develop a solid and lifelong relationship with your client, so give it due diligence. Number 2, ask open-ended questions and listen intently. And number 3, take comprehensive notes so that you can start to develop a competitive proposal. If you've enjoyed our short video, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe and ring the bell to ensure that you can see all of the new content that is coming through as soon as it's available. Of course, if there's anything else we may have missed, please let us know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching. We look forward to seeing you at the next episode. Bye for now.